Hey, good Sunday. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Sunday afternoon or evening or night, however you want to classify this time of day for this time of year. Got a little bit of a delay going on it, and I'm not sure why. And I apologize for that. Hopefully, everything will smooth out here momentarily and all will be well. All right, so I have on my crafting table tonight, this is a baby delivery truck. So it's a truck, has some baby things in the back of it, and would be a super cute door hanger for those who are expecting or for when the baby comes home. Also would make a very cute hanger in a nursery or a baby room. Now, I've got some extra pieces on this one. If you notice here, we've got a little banner that says baby with a couple of hearts. Well, I have actually got another piece cut out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. I'm going to paint this first. And then I'm going to glue it onto the truck along with this little heart here on the tag. And so it will have some raised pieces, three-dimensional look to it. So I'm going to set those off to the side because I'm not going to work with those right this moment. So they're going to go off to the side for a minute. And what I am going to work on is getting the truck done. So I'm going to change my view here just a little bit. And I don't know why the second camera is delaying, but hopefully what we'll be focusing on is this one. And if it keeps delaying very badly, I may just go to this single shot and we'll work with this. All right, so the colors I'm going to be doing, because you could do this as generic. You could leave the onesie white, or you could do it a mint green, and it could go either way, a boy or a girl. But I'm going to do this one in pink. So the banner will be pink. The onesie will be pink. There will be some other colors on this truck besides the pink, but I'm going to do the onesie pink. So I am going to pull up my example here, my list of colors, so that way I will know what I'm looking at. I'm going to start with gray. I like to go ahead and get the window of the truck done. And so I'm going to start with gray and get that taken care of. And then once I have the gray part done, I will move on to, oh, I'm almost out of gray. That's not good. You never like to hear the bottles start, making breathing noises at you, because then oh, it's time to order more paint. All right, so I'm going to start with the window part of the truck. And I'm just going to work my way around my different pieces here. We have a baby rattle and a baby onesie. And then we also have a baby bottle in the back of this delivery truck. Now the truck itself, you could do the truck a lot of different colors. I'm going to do the truck a Victorian blue. And so it's not going to be, or I could do a navy blue, either way. So it's not going to be, I'm calling it not a gender color, even though it is blue, and that would be, baby boy blue, but Victorian blue is not what I'd call a baby blue. It's not what I'd call a baby color. All right, so I'm going to dry that real quick. And then what I'll do is make one more coat of the gray, and then I'll move on and probably I'm going to go over the bottle one more time with white. And so that way the white will be nice and bold on our baby bottle. just going to dry this a little bit. That way I won't be moving paint around as I get the second coat on. So put a second coat of gray, and this is on the window part of the truck. So if you're hanging out with me tonight, just send me a quick hello so I'll know you're there. I like to see who's hanging out with me. My question tonight is, have you had supper, and what good thing did you have to eat? Oh, you know what? I just realized I missed a couple of spots with the gray. The window actually comes down to here. So I've got to put a little bit of gray there and a little bit of gray here. And part of the window shows there and there. Oh, and over here too. I would have noticed that after I got to painting things pink and white and different colors, and then I would have been like, oh, great, now I got to pull out the gray again. A little bit of gray there. And this part here is actually the truck, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, I'm going to dry these little areas real quick and put a second coat on them. And then we'll move on to like I said, the baby bottle, because it's going to be white. And I want to go ahead and get it painted over again. I've got my base coat, but I do want to get a second coat of white on the baby bottle. All right, so change into my white now. Just going to rinse my brush really well. I think my second camera is still freezing up on me, but I'm not so much worried about that second camera because that's just me. And y'all aren't here to see me. Y'all are here to check out what I'm painting and relax and enjoy a Sunday evening. Today's temperatures were pretty nice here along the Gulf Coast. If you got to do some outdoor activities, drop me a comment and let me know what you did. I actually got to attend a birthday party, so got to celebrate a birthday. All right, I'm going to dry that just a little bit and make sure it came out pretty even. And then from there, I'm going to move on to my pink. Well, you know what? I need to do the top of this first. And for that, I am going to need a light brown color. I think I'm going to go with a mocha. for the top of the baby bottle. And then I think I'm going to use a green on the lid of the ring part of the baby bottle. So I need a kind of, I think I'm going to have to kind of make a pale green. I don't really want Irish moss. Sour apple? I think I'm going to have to thin out my sour apple a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of sour apple here in the lid. And I'm going to pull over a little bit of white from my stash here and mix the two together. To create a lighter green. And that's the green that I am going to use for the lid of the baby bottle. And I may add some stripes or polka dots or something to this in a little bit, or after it dries really well. All right, dried this. And then I'll go over one more coat. And I'll get the top of the baby bottle and move on to either the onesie, or I may do I may do the Rattler next. Now I'm not going to paint the banner and the hearts on the truck. I'm going to leave them white, or I may paint them the color, same color as the truck, and then the three-dimensional, or the extra pieces that I have cut out for that to make it stand out. Those will actually be colored pink and let's see, what other color was I going to use on that? Pink, and I may do some polka dots on the banner. I know I'm going to do some polka dots on the onesie. So I think that will look super cute. All right, now for the baby rattle. What I am thinking I am going to do is I may do it in a yellow or a purple. Let's do purple. Ooh, yeah, let's do a lavender for the baby. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit over here in the lid and a little bit here in my egg carton. And what I'm going to do is I am going to do it 2 different shades of purple. So I'm going to rinse my brush a little bit. And I'm going to do a dark purple band across the middle. And the bottom part, which is actually down here in the truck, I'm going to do it the darker purple too. Now I'm going to take my lighter purple. I'm going to do the top part. Above that dark band. And then I'm going to get the part right below the dark band. And just do that with a lighter purple. Now I've got a handle here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same color that I used on the top of the baby bottle, and I'm just going to use that for the rattle, for the handle part of the rattle. So I'll dry these 3 sections, and what I'll do is I'll go over these colors one more time. And then I'm thinking about doing a yellow ribbon. Now I could have done a purple truck, but I thought a purple rattler would be prettier. So I'm going to take this mocha color that I've got and go over the top of the baby bottle again and the handle of the baby rattler. Rinse my brush out really well. Dip into the darker purple and do the middle band. And then do the lighter purple for the top and the bottom sections of the baby rattler. And I'll come back and add some kind of detail to that, maybe lines, or I'm already going to add polka dots to the banner and to the onesie, so I don't want to add polka dots to the rattler as well. Oh, I forgot that one down there. All right, so go back to the dark just for a second. Okay, so now a yellow. I need a yellow color for this. Sunshine yellow. Yeah, that'll work really well. A bright, bright yellow. And I could add just a little bit of white to that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just the straight color and see what it looks like. And if it seems to be too If it doesn't seem like it's quite a baby color, a baby yellow, then I may lighten it up just a little bit. All right, so there's the bright, but I don't think I'm going to tone that down any. I'm going to leave that just like it is. Matter of fact, I may do just a touch of, oh, let's see. That's marigold. I think that's too dark. Let's put just a touch of this is Fiesta Yellow. I'm going to take just a touch of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little bit of shading here to darken up the inside of this bow. Just a little bit. And I may take just a touch and put right here on either side. Like the loops of the bow have got it a little darker there. Okay, so now we come to our pinks. And of course, we need baby pink. So I have got all kinds of pinks. But I need baby girl pink. Here is, nope, that's petal pink. I thought that was baby girl pink. Nope, here's baby pink. So we're going to get baby pink in here. And get started on the onesie. And there's shoulder lines and all to the onesie. And you can either change that with shades, different shades of pink, or you can lighten up or darken up the baby pink by adding white or adding a touch of black. So I had posted on the VIP group for Quilted Treasures and More that we had some issues with our cutting machine. And I am happy to say that we have the part in and our cutting machine is back up and running. So that is exciting because I was actually cutting things out with my jigsaw and my scroll saw last weekend, which in a way was kind of nice because I haven't done that in a while. And I feel like I need to keep up that ability. So, because I mean, you never know. Machinery is a wonderful thing. I mean, it helps your productivity, gets things going faster, but, machines aren't perfect. And they're going to break down, things are going to wear out, and you're going to have to either, put everything on hold or break out the jigsaw and the scroll saw and put a little elbow grease and a little sweat equity into the orders. And so one way it was frustrating, and because, when things break down, and then you tend to get frustrated. And it's no different than with a household appliance or with your car. But I was very thankful that, in the beginning stages of doing door hangers, that I learned how to do things with scroll saws and jigsaws and sanders, and so that way I could just pick up and keep going. And I wasn't just sitting around waiting for the part to be delivered. So we'll get one more coat on the baby onesie. And this will be one of the pinks that I use on the banner. I'm going to pull the banner back over in just a minute. I'll have a few different color pinks that I'll use betwixt in between the banner and the onesie, because I'm going to put some polka dots on the onesie. This could be used, this particular door hanger, if you know someone who is expecting. And we have a few folks that we know, a few families that we know that are expecting in between the summer and fall months. So this would be cute on their front door. It could also have a plaque added to the bottom where you can add in information for the hospital door. All right, so I'm going to begin on the truck. And I'm going to do the truck in this, it's called Victoria Blue. Now, I've gone back and forth on what to do. I didn't want to do a light blue because it's a girl truck. It's for a baby girl. So the banner is going to be pink and the hearts are going to be pink. But I didn't want the truck to be brown. And I didn't want the truck to be green. So I am going to do the truck in this Victoria Blue. Now I'm just going to paint over the heart and the baby banner. And you may be thinking, why in the world are you going to do that when you just said you were going to paint it pink? If you didn't see the beginning of my live here, I actually have the banner and the heart that goes on the sign down, the little license plate down here, that's separately. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint those separate, and then I'm going to glue them on top of where it's cut out here. The reason why it is cut out here is to help me know where to put it, line it up whenever I get it painted. So, but like I was saying, this door hanger can work in a variety of ways. It can go on the front door of the house of the person who is expecting a little girl or a little boy. It can be done in little boy colors too. It can be done as a room door for a baby's room. So it can go on the door to the baby's room. It can also be used when baby is coming home and say, hey, baby's here. The baby's been delivered. The truck came. No, just kidding. Instead of the stork came. We have so many things delivered to our doors nowadays. I'm surprised somebody has not come up with that whole scenario of, hey, a local company delivered, and dropped off the baby at our door, besides the stork. So that may be the next thing coming. Who knows? So I decided to go with this color for the truck because I was like, well, it's not a boy, what I would call a boy blue. I mean, of course it's blue, so you could always use it in a boy's room, but it's not what I would call a baby boy blue since I'm doing this for a little girl. But I didn't want to do a brown truck, and I didn't want to do an orange truck. Now the thing is, to do a boy one, I won't want a ton of, you know what? I could do a red truck for a boy. That would be cool. I was thinking about that earlier. If I do it as a boy, what color would I do the truck? Because I don't really want to do a brown for the truck for a boy either. All right, I'm going to turn this sideways so it's a little easier for me to reach. Now, I'm going to work on the sides right now. I've got some places here in the middle where I've got to paint the truck part, but I'm going to work up the sides for a minute. And yep, that's what I was afraid of. Thought I had gotten off camera, and I did. So I'm going to move it up just a little bit. And I'm just going around the edge with my truck color here. So I actually got the several baby themed hangers in, I think it was December that I got these. And it's just been funny because I started focusing on Valentine's Day. And so I haven't really pulled out the baby stuff. But it seems like the last week or two on Facebook, I have seen multiple announcements of additions to families. And so I'm like, oh, wow. And so, you know, when you're doing crafty things and decor things like I do, you're always thinking ahead. And when you see posts like that, you're like, oh, you know what? If I go ahead and paint this now, then I'll be ready for, you know, baby gift time. So I try to get a little bit of head start here. But of course, if somebody comes up and says, hey, I need it in March or I need it in May, then of course I'll put mine on the redo button or the redo list, as I call it. I've done that before. I've painted things on the live and you know, it's like, I'll think, oh, I can give this to so-and-so for their birthday or Christmas. And then somebody will call and say, hey, I saw that on your live. I need to get one of those. And I'm like, well, you know, the one I did on the live, I can, you know, deliver to you today or tomorrow. And so then I come back and I'll do a second one for what I need. But it's pretty cool when that happens because it means that the person who's placing the order doesn't have to wait the traditional 2 to 3 weeks to get their order. Because a lot of times, every now and then I'll paint an order on the live, but most of the time what you see me do on the live is either I'm working on a theme, maybe for a festival or a craft show that I've got coming up, or either I've got something coming up down the line and I'm just working ahead. So if you ever see me paint something on the live and you think, oh, that would make a great gift, or, oh, I'd like to have that at my house, just contact me, because more than likely it's not claimed at that particular moment, unless someone beat you to it. Then it would already be claimed. But hey, there's more wood and, and more paint. And so I still have, let's see. I don't think I've had the record broken from the fall, not last fall, but the fall of 2020. I made quite a few of the Happy Fall Y'all with the 3 pumpkins that I did. That one was my most popular. I've had some come very close. Like, I've done quite a few magnolias. I've done quite a few trucks with the attachments for the different seasons and different holidays. And I'm trying to think. I had several of the Halloween. I've had a few others that have been pretty popular. Oh, I had a nativity one that was that was year before last. It was a nativity door hanger, and I had quite a few orders even after Christmas for that one. That just kind of blew me away. Normally, once Christmas is, once the first or the middle of December comes, usually I'm done with Christmas orders. But I actually had Christmas orders coming in the day after Christmas. Hey, can you paint me one of those? Yeah. Sure. So it was kind of funny. Last January, I was doing Christmas in January. Okay, now I am probably going to change to a smaller brush because I'm going to go for a round brush on this one. I have got some little areas here in between the ribbon and the rattler and the onesie, and I think the baby bottle too. Yeah. That are part of the truck and have to be painted blue. Okay, is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Okay, I'm gonna dry this real quick and put another coat on it. And then I'm trying to decide if I am going to go ahead and put polka dots on the onesie or if I'm going to outline things first and then come back and put polka dots. Okay, polka dots on the onesie. I am not going to do huge polka dots. I'm going to do some kind of smaller polka dots, I think. I don't know. This size here may be better. Yeah, I'm going to go with that size. Okay, I'm going to do a few that are white. And I'm going to put those down first. And then I am going to do an even lighter shade of pink, I think. I have a cotton candy color here that's, no, I don't like that one. Let me see what this one is. What is this? This is blush pink. No, I don't like that one either. Okay, maybe I'll go darker instead of lighter. Royal fuchsia. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go a little darker. So I'll do a couple of white. So I've got white here in my tray. So I'm just going to dip into the tray. I don't normally do in the tray. I usually like to have it in the lid, but I'll just get it directly out of the tray. What I'm going to do is wipe it off on the side, and that way it runs back into my tray. And I am just going to start in a couple of places and do just a couple of white polka dots. Now, do I want to do them on the sleeves? Yes, I'll put one white one here. And I'll set that up there for a second. I'll find my Post-it notes over here. And so that way I can do some that look like they are half on, half off. So there's one. And I may do another one. No, maybe not. No, I'm just going to stick with those. All right. So what I'm going to do is get another. I've got another one of my sponge pouncers here, same size. And I am going to get another Post-it note. And this time, I'm going to go with my darker pink. This one's called Royal Fuchsia. And so I'm going to just stick it in, let's see. I'm going to do it over here on the side in the lid. So that way, I don't have to dip as many times. Now for this one, I'm going to put one over here and I'm going to let it be partially on and partially off over here. So there's that one. And I'm probably going to do one. Oh, well, there's 3 of that one. Okay, we'll let that one be at 3. Now, I'm pulling all my sponge pouncers out tonight. This is the same size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of gray. So I have got another color gray here. It's a little bit darker than what I used on the window. And so I'm going to go with that one. And I'm going to put it, let's see. You know what? I may just go ahead and drop it in. I don't need to go over that again. No, I'm just going to drop it in here with this other gray, and I'm going to mix the two of them together. So I'm going to grab one of my paintbrushes here and just kind of mix them together. They're very close in shades, and so I'm not worried so much about them not looking right. But I'm just going to put a little bit of gray in my polka dots. Again, I'm just going to wipe off on the side and let it run back down into and put one there. Let me grab one of my Post-it notes here and put on the side, and we'll put one over here. And maybe one down this direction. Okay, so there's some polka dots on our onesie. Now, I can do some tiny polka dots because I had this one out earlier and it is tiny. I can do some tiny gray polka dots, and I'm going to get this gray that I had earlier. And I'm going to do some of these on the baby bottle. Not too many, just a few of them. One there and one right there. So let me see if I can use this Post-it. I have to kind of be careful because I did have some pink on the back of that one. So let's see. Oh no, you know what? I think I can put one right there and probably one right about here. Okay, wonderful. I have used a lot of sponge bouncers tonight. All right, so we've got our polka dots on the baby bottle and the onesie. And let me see here. I think I'm going to put some stripes on the Rattler, but I want to do that in white. You know what? I've got, where's my other? Oh, there you are. I knew I'd just put it back in there. All right, so I'm going to turn this a little bit this way. So it's a little easier. While I've got white right here, I'm just going to make some lines down the Rattler. Now I'm going to turn it so that I can work with getting these lines fairly straight. And so I'm going to turn it sideways because I'm not going to draw any lines. I'm just going to freehand it. But what I'm going to do to try to keep myself from getting these lines too crazy, I'm going to hold my arm and my hand straight and just move my entire arm just pull my arm back toward me so that way I can keep this line fairly straight while I am putting stripes on this Rattler. All right, so there's 2 on that side, and I'm going to add 2 on this side. Yep, almost ran out of paint. All right, and I'm going to add just a couple of stripes down on the bottom down here. Or maybe 3. or maybe 3. All right, so there's our stripes on our baby rattler, our polka dots on our onesie and our baby bottle. And what I want to show you real quick before I start outlining is on this part, the banner and the heart. The heart will, of course, go down there. And then the banner will be here. And this banner is going to be pink. It'll be baby pink with some of the darker royal fuchsia pink. And then, of course, the letters, I'm probably either going to do in white or I may do them in the dark pink as well. But the banner itself will be the baby pink. And then this little heart will either be fuchsia or it may be maybe bubblegum pink. I may do it and the other 2 hearts in bubblegum, just so they'll have a little bit of difference between the lettering and the banner itself. All right, so I'm going to finish up the truck. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get red. And this is going to be I want to say Tuscan red. Tuscan red is one I like to use on the truck lights. So I'm just going to dip straight out of the lid. I'm going to get this round brush that I had just a little bit earlier. And just fill in the circles for the tail lights. And then I'll start outlining some of this. I'm not going to do the banner during my live. I'm going to do it separate, and then I will post pictures of all of it put together. All right, so a second coat on the tail lights. I'm so scared I'm going to bump that and knock that over. I have dumped over water before and had it all go in and all down my leg and all over the floor, in my lap and all that good stuff. So I am just going to move that so that I don't end up with red paint everywhere. All right, I'm going to put Royal Fuchsia back up there for just a minute. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the black paint and I'm going to get started on outlining so that way you can see and do the truck tires. That way you can see what it looks like when it is outlined. So I'm going to get my favorite little blue brush here that I love to outline with. And I'm going to start outlining things. Now, let me back up 1 second. Before I do that, I'm going to do the tires. So I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see. Go ahead and get the tires painted. I still have some gray, and I'm kind of glad I do, because while I was doing the gray polka dots, I should have done the gray bumper, but I did not. So this will give me a chance to get the bumper done as well. I wish I could find some, and it might exist out there somewhere, I just have not seen any, some baby material that had like the truck on it, because that would make a cute little baby, a little quick receiving blanket to go along with the door hanger. Ah, really? Yes, I did. I dropped just a dot of black on the license plate and then smeared it with my finger. That's okay. This is why we have baby wipes. That way we can clean up our messes, erase our boo-boos, and keep right on going. All right, so I'm going to rinse this brush one more time, and I'm going to go for the gray and get the bumper taken care of. And then I will start outlining with the black. So I'll add details to the bumper before it's all said and done. But at least by getting down the colors and some of the designs like the polka dots, you can see what the truck will look like. I have a pretty good idea of what the designs and patterns will be before I get all the highlights and fine details added to it. All right, so there is the basic outline of our truck as far as the colors go. And now I'm going to start doing some outlining with the black. So I think I'm going to spin it around a little bit, give that gray a little time to dry, and it'll keep my hand out of it if I go up here and start by going around the window. And the baby items that are in the back of the truck. I'm just going to steady my turning wheel here with my left hand, so that way I don't end up running it all over the truck when I'm trying to outline the glass here. Just doing the outline. Around the glass part of the truck, and then we'll outline our baby items. Now again, I'm not going to do the banner and the hearts on the live, but I will finish up those and get pictures posted showing you what all it looks like once it's painted, and then of course what it looks like once it's glued on and added to the door hanger, and gives it a 3D look. Now, even if you're watching the replay, you can always send me a hello, because I'm always checking the comments afterwards. Of course, if you like to do painting or crafty things, always love to see and hear about what you're working on. You can post pictures in the comments of your home decor crafty items, or maybe you like making gift items that are crafty. I'd love to see those as well. Just making my way around the onesie and getting it. Try not to stick my hand in the black outline that I just did above the onesie. This week on the crafting table, last week I did Mardi Gras stuff. This week I've got some floral designs that I'm working on, as well as a birthday cake. And graduation will be coming up very soon. It'll be here before we know it. And so I am probably going to do a graduation door hanger next Sunday, maybe. I know it's not March yet, and some of y'all are like, oh my goodness, it's just kind of flying by. St. Patrick's Day and Easter and graduation, it all just seems to be like boom, 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 and it's on top of you before you know it. I'll also have graduation ornaments available again this year. I'll be posting pictures of those pretty soon. So you can start to see our baby items take shape as I get them outlined. You can see the onesie. You can always tell kind of what they are when you start getting the colors on the door hanger, but once you start adding the outlines, then you can really see how each one takes shape. Their unique features, and then you can see the cute details. They kind of stand out even more. So even though I am going to put three-dimensional aspect here, and this will probably be covered up, I'm going to go ahead and do an outline here just so I can break up the truck from the banner. I'll also add all the little details to the onesie so that you can see the lines and the details in the onesie, and you're not just looking at you're not just looking at the pink onesie. You can actually now see, oh wow, look. The lines make it stand out. So I'm just working my way around the onesie right now, and then I'll have the baby rattler left. And you can see the details, the outline part of it. And then, of course, I'm going to come back and do highlights and stuff, but I'll show you the final pics of that this week. And I'll show you the 3D part that I'm going to add to it. We've done some 3D stuff on some of our special order door hangers, and they've turned out really, really pretty. So this is the first 3D one that I'm really doing on my live. I've done some 3D aspects on paint party boxes in the past, but I'm excited to pull it in for this one that I'm doing here tonight. I can't wait for you to see how it pops and stands out. Which is kind of hard sometimes to show on camera, but when you're looking at it in person, it is really, really neat. Get around the rest of the baby rattler. And the other side of this heart to the tailgate. Finish out our bow. Slide it up just a little bit so I don't get it too far out of frame. Once I separate the rattler, then the stripes will show up a little better. All right, so we're kind of in the home stretch here. So one stripe there, and then the edge. Then we're going to do the other edge here. Come around. And get the other stripe on the baby rattler. And then once I have this, you can see the stripes. Stripes will show up a little better. All right, so there's the outline of the baby items. I'm going to go ahead and outline the tail lights so that way they'll stand out. Get the side of the truck. I've got some lines on the truck here. I'm almost about to run out of black paint. Time to refuel. Ooh, I almost made it all halfway down on that one. Okay, black paint, black paint. See if we can get this finished outline so you can see how it's all going to look. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the three-dimensional part up there. Like I said, I'm going to paint that off camera, and then I'll take pictures of all of it and show you what it looks like after it's all put together and ready to go. Like I said, this could be for the front door, the house, or it could be for the baby nursery, or it could be for the door to the baby's room or the baby nursery. It can even have the little plaque added underneath it with all of the information and hang it on the hospital door. Fix a couple of my boo-boos here. I'm just getting the edges right by the tire. And get the side down. Okay, so there's the bumper and around the edge of the tires. I'm going to go ahead and get this here on the side of the truck. Slide it over just a little bit. On that side and this side as well. Make the connection to the banner when it gets on there. And now we are down to just adding some highlights and also getting our banner done and getting it placed on our truck. So that'll be the last little part. I'm going to paint this and paint the little heart down here, and I'll take some pictures of it before I attach it to the door hanger, and then I'll take pictures after I've attached it and let you see what the final 3D baby delivery truck looks like. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me this evening and hanging out with me. I always enjoy this time when I can sit down, just take a little time and relax and just paint and hang out with everybody. I hope you have a great week and a wonderful rest of your evening.